Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode, we've got two massive games in the context of this season. We firstly got Borussia Mönchengladbach in one of the Borussia Mönchengladbach Dortmund derbies, and then of course we got Monaco, the team we left to take charge of Dortmund. I want to see how they're going because when we left them, I really do think they're about to go on a streak of winning Ligue 1 quite a number of times because PSG were getting quite over the hill. Since we last met, things have been going absolutely swimmingly well, and if you want to watch any of this great action live, we have been live for the last 2 hours and 3 minutes. We did just have a slight disconnection 30 seconds ago, but we're now back, which is great. So links down below, come follow us live on Twitch, and come and watch this madness night live. First things first though, since we last met, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is some form because we're yet to lose a game. Have a look at this. Nuremberg in the last episode we won 4-0, Werder Bremen 4-0, Mainz 1-0, took us to the 87th minute from kickoff to concede against HSV, or else it was 4 clean sheets in a row. In the Champions League we had Benfica and Molde, which we won 2-0 each. Sandhausen we absolutely pumped and some only won 1-0. Bayer 04 we won 6-1 and Augsburg 5-0. So we are currently, as it stands, top. 7 games won, 23 goals for. We've only conceded 2 all year. I'm just going to go out there and say it. Abreu, as a centre-back, may be one of the best pieces of business because he transformed a defence that conceded the mostly goals most games for a season to nothing. He's plugged up all the holes. He's fantastic, which is great. Second thing I have to say as well is welcome to goal of the season and goal of the save. It takes a lot for me to go and show you a goal that happened in a game, but me and the stream could not believe when this went in from Yamamoto. On the turn, he just stops dead and hits an absolute bullet. So we're all going to savour this one. We have got the right camera angle view. I'm going to let you watch it, and then we'll talk through it on the second attempt. Incredible. It has to be said. Incredible. As you can see, he picks the ball up in the middle of the park from Giuseppe, and if you slow it all the way down, have a look. It's all in one motion. It stops the ball dead, turns, and wallops it, and it moves away from the keeper into the inside of the upright and across the other side and in. It is an outrageous goal, and maybe just goal of the stream. Definitely goal of the stream. Goal of the save. It's definitely goal of the season. So yeah, outrageous. Without further ado, let's get into this game here. We are at full strength. We have just come back off international break here. But our team is as followed. And it has to be said, Roger Vial's been getting injured of late. He's only played 4 games for us. Minev has been out of this world and deserves his spot. He's got 5 assists and 7 appearances. He's playing full strength, full team now. As an inverted winger, it has to be said. But at the moment, it's Lido, Ernest, Abreu, Linden, and Giuseppe. Haas and Ramoto have been outrageous together in the middle of the park. Munuz, by the way, has 4 goals and quite a number of assists, it has to be said. So he's got 5 goal contributions in 6 games in the league. Bless is having a very poor year, but he's been coming back from injury, only got the 1 goal. Minev out on the left has been outrageous, and lucky last, Real's wanted by half the world of football at the moment. 7 goals in 6 has been sensational, and really, we are on fire, and hopefully long may it continue. In terms of the team, it's just been blending well. The football has been enjoyable. The only game that I was really annoyed at was the Sandhausen game. We had an XG of over 3. We had 30 something shots. We only scored the 1 goal with our rotated squad, but it is what it is. Now Minev is going to go inverted winger, and on support, he loves this role. Gets assists for days. It's quite nice to see. Outside of that, let's get into this game here and let's have a look how Borussia Mönchengladbach are lining up, who currently see themselves lining up in 4th, and a win could take them, only a few points behind us, and I believe in the 2nd. Important to note, Bayern lost the game to Mainz 4-3, and I believe drew another game after that as well. So a win here today would put me 5 points clear, and the next time we will meet for an episode will be us to pay Bayern, knowing that if we get a point there, it's going to leave Bayern only 1 opportunity to get a goal to get over the top of us. Just realised the highlight is super slow. That's going to be not one that goes in. So I'm going to do that and that. It's from me watching Yamamoto. But there we go. 11 minutes played, 0-0. This is definitely our biggest game of the season so far. We haven't played anyone of crazy amount of note, but we are just that good at football that I think that no matter who we play, we'll be around the mark. Because Benev is in there, Munoz's efforts blocked in the 6-yard box, and well, that could have been a goal. Unfortunately, it's not. 30 minutes played. Linden. Iramoto can turn. Looks for Blesser. He's not had his best of the year, but hopefully can start turning out some stuff. Ernest is ball in, Real's there. Mate, the service to Real has been outrageous, and it's either been with his head, sniffing around the box. He scored a couple of blasting efforts from just around the edge of the area as well. He has scored all sorts of goals this season. And, well, 15 minutes played, the almighty Dortmund yellow wall is charging at the moment towards what could be a famous Bundesliga title. And we lead 1-0. Now, Munish, who I did cut in my French squad, puts the ball in there, and straight away, we can't even dream about winning 8 from 8 because they peg us straight back from a corner. Not even a minute later, and it's 1-1. Borussia Mönchengladbach that score from a set piece. We haven't really conceded too many goals. It's only the 3rd goal we've conceded all season. And there you go. Just like that, bang, it's 1-1. Turn the YouTube episode on, we can't win a game. Abru, Blesser wins, heads it straight back to Munash. Poor ball, and Haas now has got options as he goes forward. Well, not really, actually. He needs to step on it here and keep it, and he does. Blesser now. Ernest drives. Here he goes, the fullback, world class. Abru, Haas, Iramoto. Don't know who that was for, buddy. He's a very good footballer, but I do not know who that was for. The Norwegian-Japanese international. Podlek. Probably will go long. Most teams do against us. And Abru and Linden run into each other. They're world class and somehow they can't deal with it. Munash is in. And well, if it wasn't for Lito, we would have conceded a 2nd goal in a match for the first time this whole season. Great save from the Brazilian. And it all stems from Linden and Abru trying to head the same ball. Highlights that we have not seen before this season are happening right now. This could be our first loss of the season. Munash now. Edmondson. Good press from Iramoto, wins that back. Great ball to Real. He hits through the keeper with absolute power. I will say Podlek probably should keep it out the net. But like I said, he scores from inside 6 yards, scores with his head, and he scores absolute goals when he puts his foot through it. And well, Iramoto in the press, picks up the right moment when to go here, wins it, finds Real, and well, it's a good strike. The keeper really should do better, but we lead 2-1 now. We're back on top. Munozzi now whips one into the front stick. Linden doesn't win. Menev, does he get on that one? He doesn't. But we force a press and Munozzi will get on it and find Menev. Haas, Linden, Iramoto. Looks for Ernest, just didn't put enough on it. And they're going to go long. I'm just going to put it out there. We've won too many games. FM want me to lose this one. Linden and Abru have been world class. We've only conceded 2 goals all year and we concede this. What? I have not conceded a goal like that since like the patch, before the patch came out. What is that, Football Manager? We're world class. I'm just going to put it out there. We lose this game now. There it is. We lose this game. What is this? This is dumb. This is absolutely dumb. 3-2 down, all because Football Manager want us to be 3-2 down. Wowee. Munozzi, Linden, hits the bar. All because Football Manager wants us to be 3-2 down right now. We are 3-2 down. Out of nowhere. Both centre-backs left it. Ernest wins that. Can we get it back to 3-3 before half-time, maybe? Menev, Iramoto, Giuseppe. Manuz needs options inside. Cuts it. Menev, come on, what a finish. It's 3-3, and even with Football Manager trying to FM me out of this one, we get it back to level pegging. We've conceded more goals in 45 minutes in this match than we have all season. Can we just note that? Thank you. For no apparent reason, nothing whatsoever, but we have not conceded from a corner and then we've had our centre-backs leave the ball. Ridiculous. At half-time, I'm going to get very unhappy and tell them it's unacceptable. We're also going to get Linden off right now. You are Gonski, mate. Roy, you're in. Move these two around. Roy in at centre-back on cover. Thank you. That's my first change. Half-time change. Linden has been hoiked. Bless her on a booking out there. Not yet again failing to make an impact in this team, which makes no sense because he was outrageously good last year. Free kick now. Iramoto's probably too far out, but he does love a goal from outside the box. He goes for goal. Forces a good save out of Podlek. Manuzzi whips one in. And, well, Podlek will claim. Iramoto looks dead. Don't want to take him off because he's got good distribution, but I am. Tyrone... No, I'm going to get Adam in. Wasn't going to get Blesser off. Actually going to move Riel out wide to get Castro in. Giuseppe's had a stinker, but I kind of want him out there. Abry's had a stinker, kind of want him out there. And I'll leave it as is for now. Corner. If we concede from another corner, then yeah. Julio Cesar, backstick ball cleared away, only as far as Munash. Gets to the byline, cuts it, Lito, good keeping. Podlek. Okay, match fixing from the keeper. Weird highlight. This game has been weird. He tried to play it to a centre-back that never existed. We're now forcing him long. Look where we're standing. FM, this is the craziest game. So he goes to throw it to a guy, even though we have a guy in the box, throws it to our striker, who then decides to pass instead of shoot. Try to pass the ball in the back of the net. Interesting. It's 3-3. This game is having an absolute stinker. Real picks it up. Cuts it to Manuzzi. He hits one. Castro, what a reaction. It was fizzing wide, and Castro somehow readjusts off the bench and guides it with his head in, and we lead 4-3 in what has been absolute madness. The game has descended into an absolute farce of match engine, absolute disarray. But in the end, Castro, what a flick on header. 4-3, reactions like a cat. It's a highlight from kickoff. I'm going to put it out there. This is going to be a goal. This is going to be 4-4. FM cannot handle this game right now. This has not been normal. Giuseppe, Edmondson. Here it is. It's 4-4. Rui, what a tackle. Falls back to him, 4-4. We've had centre-backs leave it. We've had goalkeepers throwing it and kicking it to the strikers. And we've had now a ball get tackled and go behind instead of pointing in the direction of the tackle for 4-4. So in some world, apparently Roy's tackle, where all his momentum is taking the ball this way, hits him and goes backwards. The match engine's having a farce. This has been an absolute farce. It's 4-4. It has been a farce. This is not good enough, Football Manager, at all. Haas is going to come off because he's dead. Move these two around. Ernest is going to come off for Juan Carlos, for Joey Carlos, and let's go. This has been a farce. If we lose this game, I'm gonna be livid. We're only going to do one game this episode because this is this is been too much of a game. Here it is, 4-4, 5-4. We lose. Our first game of the season, we're going to lose 5-4, and it's all the match engine. And you can't change my mind. You cannot change my mind. We've conceded 2 goals all year, and then the match engine says, no, you're going to lose this one. What an absolute... This game is horrid. What a farce. Roy wins a header. Minev wins. Cuts it to Arbery. Tyrone. Looking for Castro. Out of all the chances that have gone in, it's the clear-cut one-on-one that he puts wide. Right. And we lose our first game of the season. It's our second game that we do on YouTube for the season. We have 20 shots, only 7 on target. Have a look at the goals in this game, mate. Have a look at the goals we concede. Set piece corner, I guess they happen. We conceded 2 goals a year, we concede that one. This goal here. Both of them leave it, and then Lito's like, oh, okay, and then what world does that happen? In what world does that happen? In what world does that happen? Just what world does that happen? And then this, a tackle that goes behind him. If FM could, look, you cannot, this felt like, I'm going to say it again. This game here felt like a game of FIFA where the game is loaded in, or you've loaded into the game, it's automatically gone, you lose, doesn't matter what you do today. Does not matter. Oh, you've only conceded 2 goals a year. No, you're going to concede every chance today. Oh, it doesn't matter. You have a world-class guy that he's paid 100 million for. He's going to let the ball bounce and leave it. We lose 5-4. Absolutely ludicrous. Takes away the joy of Iramoto's goal and whatever. Because I'm going to end the episode here because A, out of frustration, B, because, well, you've just seen 9 goals. What's the point of giving you this game here? Monaco have played 2 games and lost 2 in the Champions League. Who have they played? Wolfsburg and Milan. And they lost both 4-0. Wow. How did they go last year after me? So they won the league. They went back-to-back in the league and then finished 3rd. Back-to-back in the league, finished 3rd last year without me in charge. Interesting. Who did the AI sign last year and this year? They signed Philip, who looks air. Michael, who I sold him, who's not bad. And they sold Serge Boyer to Chelsea, Ramirez to me, and then this year they bought in Pedro Porro at 34, he looks decent. Gomez, the keeper, who's a backup, who's playing at Monaco. Frey, who's very good, and Koulibaly, who's decent. And they sold Frey Andres for 95 mil. Wow. Vitaly Becker left as well to go to Chelsea. Wouldn't have sold him. Kim Min Jae for 2.3 mil. That was always going to happen. Currently lining up in net with Bashin Sorone, who's not bad. Vanderson, Perez, Simones, left back I never heard of. Massive downgrade. Emery, Stefan is a good signing. Aristobal, Adiemi, Galbert, and a striker up front that I haven't seen before as well. Looks decent, the Brazilian, even though I've never heard of him. Salmakers, Timber still here. So still some of the old guard as well. I would say that they are probably not favourites to win the league anymore, are they? Yeah, they're predicted to come 3rd this season, currently sitting 3rd. Really think they left PSG off the boil there. But yeah, that was ludicrous. We have injuries now as well. That is one of the most farcical games a Football Manager I've ever been part of. What a farce. Every highlight led to them scoring. We have not conceded more than 2 goals this season, and now we've conceded 7. If you look at the data hub for the last game, we dominated majority of it. 2 times they scored where the game's been pretty even. Another one here as well. 2 goals in 2 minutes. And you look at the goals and you go, right, $100 million signing lets his man go from a corner. Never happens. Ball goes played long. You've got 2 centre-backs against 1 striker. He doesn't even attempt to play the ball. And they both leave it and look at each other and just go. Never happens. A tackle where he's pointing this way, and apparently when he wins the ball, it goes behind him that way. All we want is good, clean gameplay. It is the 25th of the 5th as I record this episode. It'll be out on the 26th of the 5th. It is too late in this year's fucking match engine to have these freaking issues. It is too late after a patch for this to still be the case. This was stuff happening in the beta. This was stuff happening in the first cycle of the bloody match engine. This should be happening in the last patch. Football Manager has loaded in there and said, nah, you're going to lose today because you're doing too well. We don't want you to topple blind. And we copped it up the arse. See you guys next time. That was fucking frustrating. Thank you and goodbye.